Okay, good afternoon, Novi, Jessa, and Jacqueline. So for this afternoon, we're going to have your group 4 for your topics. So aside sa imong tuko, pwede na ka mag-share. Pwede na niyo mag-play.
Ma'am, may present na ako, ma'am.
Sige.
Lahat po?
Oo, i-play lang siya.
Okay po.
Nag-play siya, Jess, ha? Madungog mo.
Walay sounds.
Gani.
Wala.
I-click daw ng kanang nice sound.
Ano na ako, ma'am? Nag-play siya sa ako, ma'am.
Really? I-click pa ko ng ano nimo, kanang na-dot unya. Butangi siya, i-click ang ang share sound.
Share sound?
Oo.
Asa na side, ma'am?
Kanang dot sa Zoom.
Opo.
Ang imong Zoom na dot.
Share sound. Opo.
Share sound. Sige.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kenneth Chibandonius,
Okay na.
Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness, third year. Reporting for the feasibility study. Topic: Proposed loans in administration grant Mongolia, vegetable production and irrigated agriculture project. Introduction. The project aims to improve efficiency and increase farmers' value-added share. Will fund infrastructure, climate-smart vegetable growing equipment, storage, and marketing facilities. With increased herd numbers comes increased overgrazing due of low rainfall and snowfall, resulting in reduced fodder cover across the country. More animal stations have exacerbated the issue and are likely to drop water levels given current rainfall trends. This has increased the rodent problem since the pests have spread from the north-central Mongolia lowgrass area to the rest of the country. Climate models indicate increased drought impact as a trend, but not when, where, how long, or how intense. Long-term impacts include the decreased quality and quantity of field-grown vegetables, as well as increased mortality of cattle in the poor condition. So, the project focuses on increasing value-added share for the vegetable growers. It investigate the finance and civil work equipment and technical assistance for climate-smart vegetable production and storage marketing facilities. But the impact of climate indicate increasing drought as the temperature are changing, but not when, where, or how long or how intense. So this long-term impact cause decreasing of quality and quantity of the field-grown vegetable, and kasama din na dito ang mortality death of cattle in the poor condition. Seed production. Mongolia imports tomato seeds and cabbage, propagating seed self-sufficient in potato, carrot, and turnip farming. Then comes cabbage 40%, beets 15%, and onion 15%. Both the government-run Institute for Plant and Agricultural Science or IPAS and the West-Back Mongolian Farmers Association for Rural Development or MFARD have primary seed system. The onion, potato, and cabbage seeds production are Emphard's mainstay. Emphard's import onion, cabbage, long storage run varieties such as Hurricane F1 and greenhouse seeds. They work together on seeds testing and bulking. IPAS has the staff and basic facilities to produce more locally customized vegetable seeds. However, the Mongolia University of Life Science or MOLS lacks seeds cleaning, packing, and storage as well as overwinter storage for vineyards. With the help and IP insensitive, MOLS and IPAS can produce veggies that are more Mongolian friendly. In 2018, MFAD purchased 135,000 worth of vegetable seeds for its member. Because hybrids have immense potential, they must be created and replicated locally using the existing seed system.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Remerem Bataykan. My report is all about visibility of support to Seed Research Institute. A recent study by the Central Region Institute of Plant and Agriculture Science or IPAS at Darkhan Ol IMAG ADB included seed production. Mongolia's seed system varies in performance depending on the crop and seed producing facility. Lack of climate control growth rooms or greenhouses would speed up material testing and breeding of innovative wet lines. IPAS requires seed cleaning, sorting, grading, and pack equipment as well as climate-controlled storage facility for a variety of crops. The capacity to vernalize crops including cabbage, onion, rhododendrons, and red currant grains and garlic allows for rapid evaluation of breeding, quality, and climatic adaptability. With better irrigation, the Darkhan Elite Farm could supply all of the high-grade seed needed in the central region. Explanation on feasibility of support to Seed Research Institute. Mongolia's seed system varies in performance depending on the crop and seed producing facility. Mufali is rebuilding a seed farm research and production network. With better irrigation, the Darkhan Elite Farm could supply all of the high-grade seed needed in the central region.
Good afternoon po, ma'am. I'm Ilcherson Cano. The topic that assigned to me to report is rationally to support Mongolian-based seed production. Condition: Mongolia's harsh climate and short growing seasons necessitate producing varieties well adapted to this condition as well as long storage and long distance shipping. The genetic material is vital for producing local types. Next is the existing asset. The IPAS facility at Darkhan feature advanced breeding and selection skills, a genetic laboratory and worldwide collaboration. However, it lacks crucial equipment for speed breeding, rapid testing of new genetic material in growth chamber. Next is self-sufficiency. Mongolia is a landlocked country with limited brooders, producing severe internal food security challenges. Ex- Except for potatoes, Mongolia is still imports over 70% at its vegetables. It took a long time to become self-sufficient in potatoes since adjusting cultivars to Mongolian circumstances takes time. The, the last goal is seasonal. Vegetables like tomato, cucumber, lettuce, and melons that can produce in greenhouse year round but require heating and artificial light for an extra 3 months. Mongolia will thus need additional time to become self-sufficient and adapt seed. Next is productivity. Indigenous cultivars will increase yield and production, reliability in climate that fluctuates. Mongolia is suffering from climate change and will continue to do so. Thus, regionally adapted varieties are essential to maintaining productivity. A better variety in its manufacturing niche has the potential to boost productivity. Important substitution economy gains. Mongolia imports food, therefore cutting imports and producing locally benefits farmers and the economy. This began with locally grown seed and continued with imported crops. My topic is all about Mongolia's serve climate and short growing season demand long-term storage and transit cultivars in a climate that varies. Indigenous cultivars boost yields and productivity. The Mongolian environment made it difficult to become self-sufficient in potatoes. Year-round crops like tomatoes and cucumbers can be grown in greenhouse for 3 months. Climate change is affecting Mongolia and will continue to do so. Thus, regionally adapted varieties are necessary. All-weather greenhouses are required to grow summer vegetables like tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber. Sourcing round cabbage, onions, and possibly garlic is Mongolia's next vegetable aim. The increase in locally adapted seed varieties cuts import cost while improving climate resilience for local farmers. So the last topic of my report is stable equipment to support vegetable seed production at IPAS and related farms. So this table outlines the support need for the IPAS farms, related farms in the regions, and the Gobi South farms of malls. These inputs would provide the seed system with the capacity to increase the production of certified seed for direct sale or distribution and sale to seed farm for bulking. So
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Remer Bataykan, and this is the continuation of my report. Food quality and pest management. Quality of imported agrochemicals and safety of imported veggies are issues in Mongolia. Import agrochemicals are tested for purity and composition, and market basket and farm process assessment are conducted for food safety. The number of samples of the Institute for Plant Protection (IPP) can process is restricted by the number of machines and consumables, including reference sample. With food safety difficulties in surrounding nations, import food safety issue can be expected. IPP discovered that 10% of items tested had pesticide residues above the Codex approved MRL threshold. Agricultural chemicals imports are 3 times more in 2018 than in 2012 to 17. In IPP's existing testing equipment cannot keep up. The increased use of pesticides by a poorly educated farming community poses a risk to users, including farmers and farm employees, as well as consumers. Explanation: Food quality and pest management. The use of pesticides by poorly educated farming community poses a risk to users, including farmers and farm employees, as well as consumers. According to the Institute of Public Production or IPP in India, agricultural chemical imports are 3 times more in 2018 than 2012 to 17, and IPP's existing testing equipment cannot keep up.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. I'm Mary Salvador, and I'm going to report the topic of feasibility of support to Plant Protection Institute. Institute for Plant Protection, or the IPP, and its laboratories has a wide mandate including pest and disease control and food safety for Mongolia. These include the monitoring of imported agricultural chemicals, particularly from the PRC, or the People's Republic of China, where a perceived quality problems exist, and monitoring agricultural chemicals residues in food. Rationale for support. The Ministry of Forestry, Agriculture, Livestock, and Irrigation, or the Mofali's main research laboratory, includes 7 labs. They are tiny with modern technology, well-trained staff, limiting sample throughout. Pest, illnesses, food quality, pesticide residues, and pesticide quality are all studied. They own patents on certain biological pest and disease management products. Mufali has asked IPP to examine agricultural chemicals used on vegetables because they are widely utilized without quality or ingredients certification. To maintain food safety, vegetables must be tested for agricultural chemical residues. The table 2 is the list that requested items from IPP to meet the Mofali food and chemical testing target. IPP is requesting additional equipment to undertake the testing of imported pesticides and imported local food to meet the concerns of Mufali and support food safety through residues testing. IPP needs equipment to do the work fast enough to be effective and allow action to be taken to address the issues as they arise to ensure food safety.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. My name is Jessamine Malazar Tolino. My report is all about vegetable production. Aside from potatoes, vegetable growing, especially greenhouse production, is a new business in Mongolia. The Group for the Environment, Renewable Energy and Solidarity, a non-governmental organization working with community groups on summer and winter greenhouses, indicate developing skills levels for farmers is necessary for successful production and payback on investment in greenhouses even close to the market in Ulaan Baatar. With this knowledge come from the ability to reduce food waste and boost product variety during the winter months. Agriculturists tend to focus on animals and have little knowledge of greenhouse and outdoor vegetable growing. Mufali has a little extension and capabilities for vegetable cultivation and greenhouses, and although Moose has experience, and it's now focused in Gobi South, Moose has also supported the Maffard Greenhouse Extension, Century, and other growers, but has limited availability due to teaching past responsibilities. So next, Mongolian greenhouse production will be the focus of Community Vegetable Farming for Livelihood Project, ADB Grant 9192 month. The project will incorporate high-pitch greenhouses and work with farmer groups to boost productivity. It can learn from gears. The Group for the Environment, Renewable Energy and Solidarity efforts and commercial farms experiences to improve outcome for farmer groups. AMFARD, or Mongolian Farmers Association for Rural Development, is developing a greenhouse production extension simply at Zinmud. With MOS, or the Mongolian University of Life Sciences, is providing technical assistance. Supporting this project will boost vegetable production. Potato and cucumber are the main vegetable consumed in rural areas, with rural households consuming around 25% of the necessary amount. Supporting local production and consumption is vital for public health, especially for women and children who are malnourished at really 46%. So in explanation of vegetable production, Mongolian greenhouse production will be the focus of the Community Vegetable Farming for Livelihood Project, ADB Grant 9192 month. The project will incorporate high-tech greenhouses and work with farmer groups to boost productivity. Potato and cucumber are the main vegetable consumed in rural areas, with around 25% of the necessary amount. Supporting a local production and consumption is a vital for public health, especially for malnourished women children.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmate. I'm Ana Crisidania, and my topic for today is about National Program on Vegetables. The National Program on Vegetables has four major components initially to be implemented during 2018 to 2022. First, support diversification of vegetables, increase the efficient production per each scalable land to supply people with fresh vegetable even during winter and spring seasons, to decrease reliance on imported vegetables. Second, introduce state-of-the-art technology in order to intensify vegetable farm production and irrigation system, reward investments toward increasing storage, facility, and roaminess, develop and support direct marketplaces as well as for vegetables. Third, support seed production, to list additional prosperous seeds in the soil in order to introduce it to the production, increase quality and supply. And fourth, enhance knowledge and skills of vegetable farmers, prepare qualified specialists, improve industry human resources through teaching and providing necessary information. Good afternoon, ma'am. Mongolia imports around $500,000 of food products, including 54% of vegetables annually. So, import substitution is an important outcome. Winter greenhouse production is limited by low light intensity for plant growth in December and January. So, supplemental lighting is needed to overcome these constraints. At IMUG level, high technology is difficult to sustain and very costly because of electricity cost, skill sets, and the need for high quality storage. IPAS and moles have the skill set to breed and select new varieties but have limited capability to bulk up seed. At present, most seed for greenhouse production is imported and some summer vegetables are imported. Investment in the system is necessary to support breeding and selection for conditions in Mongolia to achieve food security and improve public health outcomes. The table 3 shows the vegetable demonstration equipment at SUM. Under this project, it is suggested that a demonstration of greenhouse production and mechanization is used to improve production efficiency and extend the vegetable season into the colder months. Farmers in the GRIS are Group for Environment, Renewable Energy. Farmers in the GRIS are Group for Environment, Renewable Energy, and Solidarity. Villages over 50 are concerned about the shortage of young farmers. Supporting farmer groups with minimal knowledge in vegetable production is crucial to improve output outcomes, so that farmers may make a living for vegetable farming. Local storage and appropriate greenhouse technology must be available. On farming training and support will be provided by the GFPR funded Community and Vegetable Farming for Livelihood project. Mongolia Farmers Association for Rural Development has minimal experience operating in the vegetable growing sector, including seed delivery. Creating and executing greenhouse production training materials would be valuable. It will be helpful to work with the community vegetable activity to prepare manuals for high technology greenhouses. It would be useful to include time for a regional international expert, such as from South Korea or China, where identical crops are cultivated in basic greenhouses.
Ano to, ma'am?
Ma'am, wala po ikaw itingog.
Wait lang. Okay. So, madungog na ko ninyo.
Yes
Opo,
po.
ma'am.
Okay. So thank you very much for a very well presented na report on technology. Ano nga yung specific title niya? Technology assessment ba 'yon?
Sa feasibility po, proposed loans and administration of Grant Mongolia.
Ay, feasibility 'yon?
Opo.
Okay, okay. So before I throw questions, since we still have 6 minutes, do you have any questions or clarification regarding sa presentation? So nag-send ba ka ato Jessa?
Wala po, ma'am.
Nag-send mo atong ninyo?
Ito report po?
Oh, it's all right kasi
Wala. Okay po.
it's all right. So since we are just 5 here and most of you si Raymer and si Jessa lang ang reporter, no? 2 of you lang.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes po.
in the feasibility ba 'yon, assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the feasibility, what makes usually which is like technology yung inyong hindi pala yung production ng vegetable, no?
Opo.
Yes.
Yes po.
In the feasibility study, specifically in Mongolia, with regards to the proposed study, and you can see the sino ba yung nag-report ng budgetary, 'di ba?
But yes po.
Yes. So in terms of methods, ano yung methods na that are very critical in a feasibility study? So any of you can answer actually, no? Not only the reporters. Yes. So which among in the methods of doing the feasibility study, ano yung may critical na part sa methods niya?
Wait.
So in the feasibility study, what are you trying to prove in your feasibility study? How about Raymer? Ano nga yung report mo, Jessa?
Sa vegetable production po, ma'am.
So therefore, is vegetable production in Mongolia feasible or not, and why?
Po?
Ang vegetable production ba sa Mongolia is possible ba siya, or pwede ba siya o hindi based doon sa result ng study?
Ano, ma'am?
Maganda ba siya or ano?
Yes po, maganda po.
Okay, and why?
Kasi po, ano siya?
Yes, and
Kay
yeah.
ano siya ayang nag-ano po siya potatoes, vegetable growing sa ano ma'am, like kanang cucumber. Then ano siya, naga-produce po siya ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Jessa. So you have presented that among those vegetables, they are actually very feasible, no, in Mongolia. So that's how vegetable production in Mongolia. So as you can see also, on their reports, merong mga budgetary proposal kung ano yung mga kailangan na expenses at saka yung expected income when you do the vegetable production. So that is the very specific na critical method in the feasibility study. That's why if you're going to make a feasibility study, you will not only research on the background of your project, but also yung budgetary requirement. No, kailangan alam mo, and it should be updated based on current prices. No? So, ano nga ba yung report mo, Raymer? Raymer? Okay, so wala, nag-left the group na si Raymer. So thank you very much. We're less than a minute na lang. So before we end, thank you again for joining, although late na tayo. But it's just to have a quick and congratulations sa group 4 for completing your report. Now for in just one session, natapos na natin, and do you still have questions or clarifications, Ivorine and Novi?
None, ma'am.
Wala.
Wala na po.
Okay, so klaro naman yung kanilang reports, diba? And I don't know if audible sa inyo, but for me, using my headphone, it's loud and clear. And hopefully this recording will give us a clear voice record of the reporters. So congrats again, and thank you again to all of you. And I will see
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I will see you next meeting. Novi na, kayo na, and Ivorine, ang next
Yes.
reporter.
Tapos na po, ma'am.
Ha?
Tapos na po, ma'am.
Ay,
Tapos
sila
po
Novi
sila.
Sila Rose o Novi?
Sila po, sila. Kami po ang sunod.
Okay. So Novi, ano na po na recorded? Kamu ang
Yes.
share screen. Okay, so
Yes.
again, thank you and have a nice
Thank you din, ma'am.
Napo may klase ugma?
Po?
Wala po, ma'am.
Wala na may klase